I forgot to ask, am I in charge of like any mods or anything this week?
If there's anything you want to talk about as far as mods, sure. Like I said, I've got
You
Oklahoma
got
as the only thing that I was going to talk about today was for as far as mods go.
Oh, DJ's new map.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that.
He dropped me a note. He dropped me a note. He's given me a billboard in there as well.
Oh, is he good? He's doing a whole bunch of us. Nice, good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Oklahoma 4. Actually, I've got a copy of it right now. I've been. It's actually, has it loaded yet? No, because I didn't click the button to say start. Dummy.
So you just basically played the intro music for me and Farmsim guy while we just sat here and waited on you to get back
to get a coffee.
Yeah. How's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Farmsim show. We got the Farmsim right there. It's here.
It was good though, because I could hear the music playing in the other room, and I was like, "Oh well, it's on. Ooh, they're listening to that, aren't they? Oh well, it's all right. They don't mind."
You're definitely listening to that. Oh,
I was more concerned that the time it took from you leaving your seat to get the music starting clearly says you have too many mods.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Can confirm.
Yep. Oh, Prestige is in here. He said, well, a word. And he says, DJ freaking smoking hot today. Get out of here, Prestige. Put you on this show. Better behave. Oh, we're gonna have a good show today. We're gonna talk Farmsim guy. Super popular right now. He's the hot stuff. And we're gonna talk about Farmsim 22 and his thoughts and what Klutch thinks about K-Bot being in timeout again this weekend. We'll have a good time.
Was he this? He wasn't, was he?
No, but he will be.
Oh boy.
And then I'm taking myself out for dinner tonight.
Taking myself out for dinner tonight.
Romancing
DJ's
yourself.
girlfriend still in testing.
Oh man, I don't get it. I had one girl who asked me out and left me on red, and then
Are you still talking about this? Are you still worried? Like you haven't moved on yet?
It's the only thing that's happened. That's all I have to talk about. I just have to keep bringing it up.
That was like a week ago. This is last Farmsim show. I thought we'd have like a new girl. Are you dwelling on this?
All right, fine. Here's my new girl talk. I got my car back. What's up?
What kind of car is it again?
MX-5.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right.
Convertible Roadster Sports.
Is there like a club for MX? Never mind. I better go live before we forget. And I just get here to chat too long about
yes,
this.
it's the free car in iRacing. Let's get it out of the way. I have it back, and in no way, shape, or form am I upset that I bought the car, and then 7 days later, it basically totaled itself, and then I waited 2 weeks to get back, and now I've not had the car for twice as long that I've had the car. And I'm not mad at all about that.
Oh, boy. All right, I'm going to go live if you're good to go.
Rock and roll, baby.
Rock and roll. Oh, boy. Oh, man.
We're already doing it.
Already breaking stuff.
Farmer Cowboy, get out of here. DjGoHam, girlfriend failed testing again.
Oh man. And we are live. Hey, welcome in, folks. Good to see you guys. We are live. Farmsim show. It's Farmsim show Fridays. We've got, well, you know myself, DjGoHam, and of course, down at the bottom right now, Farmsim guy. What is going on? Good to see you, man. We're going to be talking about, well, everything Farmsim guy, and of course, let's not forget Farmsim 22. We may have to have some opinions on all the new stuff that's going on out there right now. I don't know. We'll see.
Sounds good.
DJ, what do you got to say about that, DJ? Anything?
Man, K-Bot sucks. I'm not gonna let it go. Man, he called me out hard the other day.
You did get called out pretty hard on K-Bot. I agree.
No, we're gonna have a great show today. We have a lot to talk about, and there was even a podcast from Giants that released today that I totally knew about, but didn't. Yeah, I'm saving it.
Aren't you like an ambassador or something?
Oh, it's unrelated.
I'm surprised you're not the one making the podcast.
I mean, that was kind of the first one. I didn't. I didn't miss that one. Can we just roll the intro and get me out of this hole?
I think we're gonna let you stew for a bit. Farmsim guy, welcome in, man. Good to have you on here finally. I know you've been requested on here for a while, to be perfectly honest. So it's good to finally queue up with you and get you on here. Thanks for joining us today, my friend.
Thank you. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you two. Thank you.
Cheers. That sounds good. So we'll roll the intro. DJ, where can we be found?
All right, so today I am on second YouTube channel and on Facebook, GoHam Gear. It's linked in the description below. You can also find Farmsim got right down there as well. In mine, in Clutches, all over the place. Clutch, where are you streaming today?
Well, of course, on YouTube. The main show is on the YouTube channel. We've got Twitch, we've got Facebook, we got everything pretty much covered. I don't know if is there like a platform we're not streaming on? It feels like we stream on everything.
TikTok.
TikTok. Can you do streams on TikTok? I think you can.
Go Instagram Live. We can do
There
that.
you go. Maybe we should change that up. We'll do a Farmsim on TikTok.
Yeah.
Oh boy, that sounds so bad.
You got to brush up on your dancing.
It's called GoHam Gear, not second channel. We're going live on there tomorrow as well. Forgot about that. Yeah, we're going live over there tomorrow too.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's fire this up. I guess DJ, you good to go? Let's
Hit
go.
it. Let's start singing. Farmsim Show, baby. The Sim Show.
Oh, it's so good. Every time, it's so good.
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad.
I don't know if that joke's ever going to end. It's like we're in like 30 episodes now, and it's still my favorite part of the day.
30? No, you're kind of right. We've done it every Friday since like Christmas-ish.
Speaking of which, next week's going to be an interesting one. I don't know if I can do it or not.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I'm just going to let you talk about it because it has nothing to do with me.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
guest presenter.
a certain somebody has to go to the lake, so
No, I want a week off. Don't tell him that.
so we'll have to wait and see. Well, maybe we can play it by ear. Maybe I can just like face cam myself in with my phone. We'll see. We'll see what you want to do.
You could do
I know.
remote access on your. Well, that still wouldn't. Anyway,
We'll worry about that later.
let's talk about Farmsim Guy today. Welcome to the show. Who are you? What do you do? If somebody didn't know you, let's let them know you.
Okay. What do? I do Farmsim only, exclusively. Started the channel in July last year, so I'm literally a year old coming up in the next month. Did it because I was bored in lockdown and played a lot of games and had a lot more time on my hands, so just thought I'd turn my hand to it. Was already watching you guys like Kadirk as well, Virtual Farmer, Sim for the Nation, all those guys. So I just thought, let's give this a go. I do it. I'm a marketeer in real life, so I graphic design, video editing and stuff. So it kind of helped me. I kind of have got the skills to give it a go. So it's just been what a ride it's been. What an 11 months. It's been awesome.
And you've been 18.9 thousand subscribers on YouTube. I mean, just some crazy numbers there. 2.1 million views in a year.
Yeah,
that's
quick.
like I'm jealous numbers right there. Real jealous about those numbers.
That is some super quick growth, man.
To put it into context, I only hit 1,000 subs in November.
Oh wow.
Only. and then now you've got 3 videos over 100,000 views.
Yeah.
The one that you just put out a few months ago, 212,000 views on there.
It's
The top
insane.
25 mods I use every time I start a new game save. Doesn't have to
Honestly,
work
it's insane. I can't believe it. Honestly, it's just ridiculous when you read those numbers back to me. I'm like, I just started this for a bit of fun.
Yeah,
and it just got really crazy really quick.
You do a lot of things very well that myself and Klutch have always said. People, they always say it every show, live streams, any videos. I want to do YouTube. What do I need to do?
Yeah.
And you tell them, you give them, a list of 5 things. You're like, do these things, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah.
But you have to actually be fun to watch, and you are killing it at everything that we've told people to do. I mean, you're just.
Well, thanks, man. Yeah, and you know what? I'm just being me, and I think that you've said that all along. And early on when I was just starting out, it was like, play the content that you would play. Don't try and do something you're not. Don't chase views and likes. Just play the game and enjoy it, and just try and be entertaining, but without being anything you're not supposed to be. And it worked. I tell you, anybody wants to start a new YouTube channel, follow those things and hard work. Let's be honest. You guys are some of the hardest working guys in FS. and YouTube. So
Been up for 10.5 hours.
it's for me, it's 6 hours a day on top of my day job and looking after kids and the family. And, you've got to be careful it doesn't burn you out. But if you enjoy it, and I'm having a riot, so, it's awesome.
Good. Well, that's
so
awesome.
Farmsim 19. Did you play Farmsim 17 at all?
A little tiny bit, along with other stuff, but not really. No.
Okay.
No, FS19 has really been the main focus.
19 is where you basically got your feet wet with Farmsim.
Yeah.
Never played anything the series before that really at all. You just kind of. No. So what was the what made you decide to go in and do Farmsim 19? And start making videos on this.
So I grew up on a farm, so I've got farming in my blood. My dad worked and farmed in the States in Minnesota, went to the University of Minneapolis, St. Paul in the 70s. So I knew a bit about American farming. And when we used to go on holiday, I used to take them to the States. And, we used to go around farms in the States. That was our holiday. We didn't go to Disneyland and anything like that. We went to farms in the Midwest. So it's a slightly different holiday. But so I've always been into farming, always loved farming, even though I don't do anything with it now. And it was Epic Games did they did it for free 1 week, and I just thought I'll download it and I'll give it a go.
Yep. We were talking about that earlier today.
And I don't think I stopped playing it for about 12 hours from the moment I turned it on. Didn't know anything about mods, didn't know anything about maps, and just played and just went, this is awesome. And then I think probably the first YouTuber I found was you, DJ, doing mod reviews, and I was like, wait a minute, you can get other stuff as well. And that's what's so good about it. We talk about this a lot in my streams. Every week it's like a new game. New maps, new vehicles, all the stuff that comes with it is so good. And how many games can you stay alive after 3 years, with as big a fan base as this has got? It's awesome.
Yeah.
So I think that's something to be said there for anyone else who's thinking of starting out content. I mean, you came into it, the game was already out for what, 1.5 years at this point in time? Yeah. You didn't just jump at the start and be like, people will come in and say, well, you know what, I could start doing videos, but everything's been done before. Everyone's already done all the tutorials, everyone's showing all the features off. I can't do anything. I mean, I think you might have something to say about that.
I just think, it was just a case of I tried not to look at too many other people's stuff and go, I'm going to copy that. I'm just going to do my own thing and see what happens. And over time, I've just kind of got more confident with the game, learning things like Courseplay and auto drive. I mean, the sim dashboard thing, again, that was just let's give it a go and see what happens.
We need to talk about that some more. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, thank you. I still owe you, Klutch, for that because you did
your review. So I saw your videos on it, and let's just move into that right now. For those that are not aware of Sim Dashboard, it's a tablet-based dashboard. So you stick your tablet on your desk, and you can. I don't know. Do you put in the basics controls for all your farm sim controls right in front of you instead of being in game? You have it in front of you, right? I think that's the best way to describe it. Now,
it just remaps your keys from your keyboard onto a touchscreen, but it feels a lot more immersive.
Yeah,
especially
so you
if you
can
design
make it so it looks just like the screens that are in the actual vehicles in real life, right?
Yeah.
So now you let me get this right. You designed those actual screens, correct?
So the app existed already because they use it for sim racing games and stuff like that. But you could build your own screens. So I thought, I've done web development and things like that in my time. And like I said, I'm a graphic designer, so I kind of got a knowledge of what looks good and what works. So just applied that with a bit of John Deere Gen 4 screen lookalikes and went for it.
Did you end up doing the case? I know you talked about doing the case at one point in time.
There is a case one out there now. Yeah, I did a case one.
Okay, I haven't seen the case one yet.
Yeah,
I'll have to take a look at that as well. So anyways, I think it's a great idea. I had a little bit of fun playing it. I tried to superimpose the whole image into the game, so whenever it was first person shooter, the video would show the screen in there. But it's such a cool idea. I wish almost farming sim, like I think in one of my wish list videos, I told them, like, is there a way we can make it so that screen is actually an active screen?
Yeah.
Could that actually happen? But anyways, I think it's a cool idea. I really do like, if I had more desk space, I don't know if anyone in chat, if you guys use Sim Dashboard at all, but it's such a cool idea. I think it has a lot of place to grow. Do you use it pretty much all the time now?
I have the side panel. In fact, my side panel still attached to my desk, but the only thing I use it for now is the joystick. Everything else is through Sim Dash. Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See, I don't use that stuff at all. I don't even have a side panel. Don't you have a side panel? Don't you, DJ? You had one,
No, I have, yeah.
but you never use it.
Man, it's awful. Come on.
It takes up too much space for me. I agree.
I use a controller. I don't know. I'm not playing Farm Sim to be immersed. I'm playing Farm Sim because I'm like, I love tractors.
Yeah.
I can't argue with that. I can't, and I'm not gonna give you too many shots on that because there's different levels of being immersed, right?
Bring it up. We only stream once a week. Bring it on.
I think you owe me a few shots for some reason.
Ugh, it's just nothing's coming to mind immediately, but I'm sure I'll figure it out.
I don't think, Nathan. I'm not sure. I don't think so. So your top videos, you've got like your favorite mods. Those end up being, I think those are your top 3. Are all your favorite mods for Farming Sim?
Yeah, and it's what when Grant was on the other week, he said about that. You find veins of interest. Your subs will watch certain stuff more than they'll watch others. And to start with, I was just doing everything. But actually, when you find a video like that kind of clicks, you kind of go, well, I should probably think about doing another one of those. But not just do it for the sake of doing it. You've got to think about a good reason why people would want to watch it. So that top 25 mods one was, I just was like, every time I start a game, there's mods that I just can't do without. And so that's where it came from.
Yeah. Your thumbnail's pretty darn good on there too. I'm sure you've got quite a good click-through rate on that. And it's 98% as well. I mean, I'm looking, you've got a pretty good 98 to 99% ratio on all your videos as well, which is very good. It's what you want.
What's your ratio on your top video, DJ? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, Lord have mercy. 70 maybe. It was a crap video. I made it because I needed a video for that day, and you guys just kept watching it.
1 million clicks-throughs later.
Awful, man. It's awful. 83%.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. It's all good.
Second is the Logitech side panel video. It's got 500,000 views.
I didn't know this. I haven't checked it.
If you're watching, you're like, this guy has no idea what he's talking about.
And now it's collecting the dust in a cupboard somewhere.
Oh, it's awful. No, it's so good. Oh. Stop watching these bad videos. Anyway, back to reality.
Oh, but all right. So Farmsim 22 is on the way. We know this. You are partnered as well, correct?
Yeah.
What's your code? Perfect. Let people know what your code is.
Yeah. So there you go.
Farmsim guy, all one word.
There you go. Farmsim guy, all one word. Another part. We're all partnered channels. Ambassador over here. Don't worry about him. The ambassador of Farmsim.
No, I don't know.
We need like a nickname for you, DJ. Like Ambassador Farmsim or something. I don't know.
I'm good.
No, I'm gonna have to think of some. Like I'll have to, maybe somebody on my streams will come up with a name for you. Just saying.
I don't think it's gonna be publicly appropriate though.
It might be if you yell it loud enough and high pitched and squealy enough. No one will really know what it is, right?
Yeah. Ooh, SimNation actually said he's got something in the works that Farmsim guys inspired him for.
I saw that. I'm intrigued.
Pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
I like it.
So yeah,
that's crazy for me. For somebody like Sim for the Nation, who I started watching and was a guy I was like, I like this guy. I'm enjoying his content. For him to say that to me is awesome.
He's just a cool dude, man.
Very cool.
So, Farmsim 22 is coming. What are 2 things that you are really excited about?
Just 2?
We'll get there. Normally, I ask like 4 questions at once. There's a number in my head. Just,
okay, all right.
2.
I'm gonna let you go with this one.
Things you're really excited
about. The computer nerd in me is super excited about the better optimization of the game.
Yeah.
All of the geeky stuff that they read out in the when they launched the teaser trailer about ambient occlusion and all the ways they're going to, real-time rendering and things like that. For me, I think that's the only thing that I think stops Farmsim being brilliant is the fact it doesn't optimize the power of your computer as much as it could.
I built my computer that's in there to play Cyberpunk at 4K 144 max settings with ray tracing, and I can get about 50 to 60 FPS on it. And the same computer, FarmSim, oof.
You can still kill it.
Yeah.
It's rough, man. FarmSim just beats the computer up.
Yeah.
Was it AMD? What's their high fidelity resolution thingy that they're basically DLSS?
Yeah.
But AMD. They're adding that, which is great. That works on AMD and NVIDIA cards. That's going to be great. Yeah.
It's really good. I think, that's going to make it really good. And then, the fact that they're doing that means that I can't wait to see what the modder's going to do with the extra power at their fingertips.
I'm hoping that they add some more code as well. I know with FarmSim 19, I'm not sure exactly what they added, but I know that, you're able to do more as a modder with FarmSim 19 you were with 17. So hopefully they really open it up. I mean, Farming Simulator is for the modders. There's not a lot of people that play it that actually care about the game that play without mods. And there might be. That might be a hot take, but please nobody clip that. But but I mean, modders, we play this so that you can use the mods, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I hopefully they open that up and let the modders really go wild.
Yeah. No, lots of. I mean, you look at the stuff that the guys like Carl Farm Steiger, stuff that custom modding do. I mean, they are pushing the envelope of what you can do in FS19 now. So, what it's going to be like in FS22, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be crazy.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you've seen that you're not quite sure about yet?
I have to say, I'm not overly excited about grapes and olives. It's just it's not something that I'm a arable farmer by trade as a growing up, and cows and wheat and barley. Me, I'm basic.
DJ
Ambassador. Right, well, there it is.
DJ Ambassador, nice.
Esco RH. You win.
I like that. Yeah, grapes. I actually completely agree with you. We do have the grapes mods that are out for FarmSim 19, and to be honest, I think I downloaded them and never once even used them. No. It's just something I just don't find intriguing for me.
Yeah. I'm happy to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'll look forward to seeing it, and I'm sure they'll do it really, really well. But it's just not my.
I think it's more how it's built into the map almost with that. Like I'm sure if you had the right map with those built into it, and you wanted to focus in on that. But the thing with, especially with grapes, I don't know about olives. I know nothing about olives, so no one in chat can go after me on this. But as far as grapes go, like there's not like you don't have a grape field and a wheat. Like they don't do both. Like a farmer doesn't do grapes and wheat. Yeah. Like that's not really what they typically do. It's so. I think if you're going to be a grape farmer, that's cool. You get a bunch of grape harvest equipment, and you just be a grape farmer, and you make whatever you want to make with your grapes. Apparently, FarmSim, you can't make one thing that most people are going to make with grapes, but
grape juice, of course. But you see, and in turn, that's why I'm excited about grapes.
Yeah,
you would think I wouldn't care anything about these new factories and the production chains. I'm stoked for production chains.
Yeah, production.
I hate global company. But I'm really excited about the production chains because it's a base game feature, and I'm like, well, it's base game, it's cool now.
Yeah. So the best thing about that is the fact that the console community get to play with production on a bigger scale, which is great.
Yes. Yeah,
definitely.
The console community takes up 3/4 of my channel alone. Klutch probably about half a year's, maybe more.
It always surprises me how much because I push PC, of course. And it's still, you always get console players, and that's a big part of the channel. And I try to cater as much as I can, but I want to show them what else is out there. That's all.
Yeah. And I limit myself sometimes with mods. Use some pretty neat PC mods. But then again, I'm flying halfway across the map, so maybe I'm not the person to talk about that. Well, that's cool. So, FarmSim guy, everybody's probably curious. Are you going to try to implement the tablet into the next game if you can?
Definitely. I've spoken to the developer who actually made the app originally a few times now, so I've got a bit of a hotline into him. So he's not committed to it yet, but I'm sure he will. I think he's had a lot of people download it over the last 6 months, so he'd be crazy not to.
That's the connection that makes the connection into Farming Simulator itself. There's a developer that has to handle that side of things, obviously, right?
That's right. He's built the app, And basically, when you install, in essence, you install a mod that drops in your mod folder, and that takes the information from the game and spits it wirelessly to your tablet.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's guys, some of the channel members, when we have the member streams up, they're using the tablet. Actually, they're the ones that told me about it and told me about you back in about February, I think it was. Yeah. They're like, "Yeah, check this out. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. Check him out." I was like, "Word." I've been subbed ever since. But yeah, like I didn't have it. They did, and they were able to use it in multiplayer when I didn't have it. That was really cool.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things. I did it for a bit of fun for myself, and then I was like, okay, wonder if anybody else will like this. And you're scrabbling around for content as well. Go, well, what video have I got to do today? Oh, all right, that'll do. We'll give that one a go. And there you go, 50,000 views later.
Yeah, it's your fourth John Deere Gen 4 touchscreen in Farming Simulator.
I think it's cool. It's such a cool little device to use. I wish I had more space for it. I just got way too much garbage on my desk, and it's just I end up losing my. And I'm not gonna lie, I used my kid's tablet to do it. The videos.
That's okay. Don't feel bad. I had a pink Amazon. I had a pink Kindle that I hacked, so it took the Android store to start with because I didn't want to buy a tablet just in case. So yeah, I had a bright pink tablet sitting on my desk for a while. That
was the problem, and I don't know if you haven't used Sim Dashboard before, it's more Android based. So I tried even like I have a mobile PC, like an Asus mobile PC that I tried to put like BlueStacks on or something and like launch it through that, and it wouldn't work properly. I couldn't get it to work. I'm like, well, my kids have like little Amazon Fires or like $80 tablets. I'm like, can I just borrow one of your guys' tablets? I had to bribe them with ice cream one night so I could borrow it for a day to do some videos with it. But if you have an Android tablet, like even the old school ones, they work flawlessly. It's amazing how well that it works with the program. I can't believe it. So if you have a chance, go download Sim Dashboard onto your tablet and give it a try, because it's such a cool way to control things, especially if you want like the extra little immersion side of things. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
DJ, you haven't had a chance to try it yet. I know you should probably try it. I should get you in on that.
You know, I know we got the guy here and everything, but
this is why I need to give you shots on it.
Yeah. It's just peripherals and stuff. It's just not the way I play. And but at least I'm honest about it.
We need to change that. We need to change your play style. That's all.
Idiotic part of the community. I'm perfect.
Your play style is just not very successful. I think we need to change that.
There's a reason I quit doing Let's Plays. Nobody watches them, so I'm like, well, I'm just not gonna do them. Which is funny because they used to be the best thing on the channel.
That's what you're known for, right?
What are you gonna do? All right,
what it is.
So, to tie that in, Farmsim guy, when you started, did you know what kind of content you wanted to make, or were you like, let's just try a couple things and see what works?
Pretty much, yeah. No, I started. I watched a few guys, and I thought, what kind of feels like the sort of content I'd produce, and I kind of landed on the one and only Dagwin, and I was like, I like his kind of relaxed style of play, the conversational approach. I decided I didn't want to do time lapse because there was a load of guys doing time lapse, and I'm not sure you can kind of engage with the audience as much on time lapse. So I was like, okay, definitely no, I don't want to do time lapse. I'll just turn on the camera, turn on the game, and just talk and see what happens. And yeah, it seemed to work.
Yeah, you start out playing on Pure Big Valley. Episode 1, $0, rocking and rolling. The old Fords, I love them.
Yeah,
and you just
I do like a bit of old machinery in there. Yeah, there's a few nostalgic pieces in there. So that tractor was the one I used to drive as a 15-year-old on my farm. So I was like, okay, that's got to be the first tractor I used.
That's awesome. Was there anything that coming from real farm life to not that you thought you're like, well, maybe this will be the same, and you found out, well, that's completely different, or that's kind of the same? Is there anything that worked well together?
What's funny is you've got to kind of, I think at the end of the day, it's a game, right? So it's never going to be, it's not a like hardcore sim that you kind of have to do everything perfectly. Yeah. The funniest time with that is when my dad visits and he watches over my shoulder when I'm playing, and he's like, okay, I'm going to stop you there. You can't do that. That's wrong. You're spilling. You're overlapping.
A backseat farmer. Yeah,
he's like purist. So he's like, there's no way you would drive up a combine in a field and overlap 7% on a row. You'd just never do that. So that's ridiculous.
Man, you should do a video with you and your old man doing some farm sim and like have him sit there and seriously be like the backseat. Like I think that would actually do pretty good.
We've already talked about it actually.
I bet you that would do good. I would definitely watch that. Have your old man sit there. No, you can't do that. No.
Just give it a nice clickbait title. You know, old man tries
old farmer
tries
shows young buck how to do farming or something. Yeah, that'd be fantastic.
I'm sure everyone.
No, definitely. We've talked about it. He's keen as well. Yeah.
Oh, dude,
he wants to teach the world about farming, so he'll be happy. Any exposure he gets, he'll be happy.
There you go.
I'm in. Heck yeah, man. All
right. So go ahead, DJ.
Well, I was gonna say, how does your family? What do they think about being a famous YouTuber?
Oh, I'm not sure I'm famous, but famous. Do you know what?
Let's get over it. All right, just move on. All right.
Do you know what? I'm when I started. My wife, who's super supportive, like loves the fact that it's everything that's happened. Was just like, you're crazy. You know, everything I do, I'm kind of the personality I am. If I decide to do something new, I'm all in, like all in. You know, yeah. So again, she was just kind of like eye rolling. Oh, he's going to do this thing again where he goes all in and he'll throw himself at it. And then after a few months, she was like, "Wow, you're actually getting people following you and people engaging with you. That's quite cool." And honestly, I think she's more popular than me because she'll drop in the stream sometimes and just say hello. And all of my subs are like, "Hey, Mrs. FSG's here, blah, blah, blah." And, you know, I've just totally lost the audience straight away when she joins. So, so it's good. And my dad, obviously being a farmer, he loves the fact that I'm doing this and like, obviously he's a little bit older, so he's not as au fait with YouTube and why do people follow you if you're just playing a computer game? Why do you just not play the computer game and things like that? But he's kind of coming around to it. He's learning. So he's, I think they're just enjoying watching the journey as well, which is good.
That's cool, man.
That is half of it right there for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's good from that perspective. I haven't hardly talked, but you guys have talked about this before, and hardly any of my friends know because there's that kind of almost awkward. How do you explain it without sounding like a total nerd?
What? I drive fake tractors for a living.
Yeah.
that's my like cultivating and plowing and harvesting. Yeah, that kind.
It's funny. It's even my wife said the first time I did a live stream, she's like, "You've literally driven a tractor up and down a field for 3 hours, just up and down, talking to people."
That's all you do. It's so funny, isn't it?
I couldn't do that. My ADHD won't let me, man. Goggle Pop says, "But we are total nerds."
Yeah,
we are.
I'm proud of it. It's cool to be a nerd. Remember. Yeah.
It's just sometimes trying to explain it to people that aren't in the community or that don't understand the community, I think, is where the struggle begins. I don't know. I know exactly your feeling for sure. Because then that just opens up a whole other can of worms when you start trying to explain just a little bit of it. And you're like, okay, here we go. This is going to be a 15-minute conversation. That we got to go talk about this on.
Sorry, you do what now? And how? How many people watch you?
Why do people tune into this?
My parents are good about it. They kind of get it. My dad, he says, "I'll just stay out of it." Which is fine. And then my mom, you know, she's like, "My son's a YouTuber."
She loves it.
But my grandparents are hilarious because I tell them, I'm like, you know, I said, "Can you believe 150,000 people care about what I have to say?" And then you hear my grandpa in the corner, "Oh, nobody cares." I'm like, I'm kind of a big deal online. They're like, "Well, you're here right now." So
I think it's always important. Like, family keeps you grounded, doesn't it? And friends.
No, for sure.
I just know if my close friends found out, I would just get ribbed constantly for it.
Yeah,
in the nicest possible way, but they wouldn't let me get an ego. No way.
Yeah, my neighbors across that way, their grandkids watch Farming Simulator and found out that DjGoHam lives across from their grandparents, and that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
That was cool.
Got to give high fives and hugs. That was cool.
Nice.
Arksy wants to discuss your likeness to a certain movie star. I don't know. Is there certain movie stars that you get confused for all the time?
I knew he was going to do this. So Argsy and I started around about the same time, and we found each other on the Giants forums. We were posting on the Giants forums. Just like, you know, when you do at the start, you just put your videos everywhere and hope people find them. And we've got really tight. Actually, we do a series together, and he's a top guy. But there's this long running thing which he's made sure everybody else has picked up on, that I look like Jason Statham, which I don't.
I don't know. Chat would disagree with you, my friend.
It's not, I mean, it's there. Hold on.
And then the
show me a picture of Jason Statham.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh no.
We
I'm not taking the hat off.
We could probably. I can see it. I can see the resemblance.
You don't need to take a hat off. We can figure it out. I mean,
is it going to focus?
Probably
focus.
Not.
Siri, focus.
There we go.
You can see a little bit there for sure. Yeah, there's definitely a little bit.
6 pictures of you on there, man. Look at that.
The comedy is my wife hates Jason Statham.
Nation. I mean, you don't not look like him.
So
I'm sorry, Mrs. Farmsim. Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, if the YouTube thing fails, I've always got a lookalike. I could always
you
join a lookalike
could be
agency.
a double. Yeah. There you go. So actually, you know what? That brings up a pretty good point. So you found RC on, you guys started talking on an off-site forum, basically, and that's how you guys got to know each other.
Yeah, the Giants forum. He was posting vids. He was just starting out as well.
Yeah.
And we just got to talking, and it's just kind of think like-minded gameplay styles and approaches, and he's doing great stuff as well. I mean, he's did some crazy stuff on Western Australia on that 16 times map, running 12 combines last night on Courseplay. It's just like amazing.
Yeah, actually, I subscribed to him because you were talking about him in a live stream.
Yeah,
I gotta go subscribe.
Well, I think you shared his John Deere showcase video very early on.
Yeah,
DJ, I think
that's
and
right.
he got 70,000 views.
Yeah, that was. I saw that. I was like, that's so cool.
Yeah, and he's got that cinematography down to a real fine art. He can do some really kind of brilliant shots and kind of immersive shots. Flying past combines and stuff like that, which I think people enjoy that stuff.
It looks so good. The stuff you guys have been doing, I have to admit, I've kind of taken some of the ideas you guys have used and implemented them as well because they're so good.
But that's plagiarism is the highest form of flattery, isn't it? You know, I'm not doing it to be the guy that just says, "Oh, that's the way I do it," and you can't do it. I'm always bigging up kind of new channels that are starting out and stuff like that because. Yeah, I think the more of us that are doing this, the better it is for everyone.
Yeah, more popular.
Well, I 100% agree with your system of what you and Argsy have done. I think I would recommend that to anyone. I mean, that's how DJ and I kind of came about as well, in a way, to be honest. Like, we were both starting off for the most part at some point. Well, I was a bit behind you, but anyways, you get the point. Find someone who's similar sized. Don't even give it to me. Be quiet over there.
I heard what you were talking about. Sorry, I heard a certain thing was talking about me the other night.
Oh, of course, a certain thing. But yeah, find someone who is similar size to you when you're first starting off, especially that does similar content almost, and build on that. Be part of a community. Don't just don't try to compete. Be part of something that's more inclusive, essentially. Like bring friends in and support them, and not try to compete with them. I think is something that sometimes gets lost on people. I think when it's especially on YouTube or Twitch or whatever channel it is, you're not necessarily competing. There's enough people out there that want to watch content. And actually getting to build it with somebody else who's similar to you in a lot of ways is nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. And I have to say, like, Cadet as well is a brilliant guy. You know, I've got to know him, really well over the last few months, and he's a stand-up dude as well. So hats off to him, because again, he was bigger by then, and I think it's been a really inclusive, you guys as well, really inclusive community in terms of you give time to the people who are starting out and give them, the respect to kind of let them find their own way. And it's great. I think it's the nicest gaming community that I've been 25 years of playing computer games. Probably, no, 35 years of playing computer games. Show my age now.
No kidding.
But yeah, you can get some really toxic online communities, but this place on the whole is brilliant. It's kind of a mutual respect for the game and the people that play. It's great.
Yeah. Well, we've all been there at some point. We know how terrifying it is just putting yourself out there and trying to. Like, I just want people to watch it, and I hope they enjoy it.
Yeah. So no, it's appreciative, all of that.
Yeah.
I've got to give a shout out to Forward Agricultural Solutions as well. I just see them popping up in the chat there. That if you haven't checked out their mods yet, they're doing some crazy good stuff. They're going to be big deal in a little while. If they keep going the way they're going, they're going to do some magic stuff.
There they are, right there.
I love it. We got a lot of mod creators in the chat here. I've been seeing as well. So cheers to you guys. With DJ, we've talked about this. We tend to have YouTubers part of this show a lot of times because they're the guys that are comfortable talking. But I mean, the modders, we'd love to have chats with you guys as well. So if you guys are ever interested, send us an email, send us a message. We'd love to talk to you guys for sure. So Farmsim, do you want to move on to Farmsim 22? Should we start talking a little bit more about Farmsim 22 and what you got planned? Have you got any plans for Farmsim 22, Farmsim guy?
I've taken 2 days off for FarmCon just to keep an eye on what's going. Yeah, I've just taken a couple of days off work, going to absorb it all, see what comes out, and maybe do a couple of follow-up vids. I've been kind of quietly watching in the background, letting you guys get on with it and announce all the good stuff. But I do think there's I'll spend a bit of time. I might kind of collate it all into one big bumper video of what's coming.
6 videos, do it. One day, you can do it.
6 videos.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You can do it. The trailer the other day, I'm not sure if many people have picked up on it, but there's one thing I want to talk about tonight. The whole, when he blows the dust out of the radiator in the tractor, do you think there's anything in that? In terms of is there a mechanical... Just let it go, man.
Repairs?
Let it go.
So many people are asking for it.
I'm trying to help you out right now without getting in trouble with Giants. Just let it go.
Okay.
To be fair, I thought the same thing, Farmsim guy, the first time I watched it. And in fact, you know what? They did a podcast today and they talked a little bit more about the whole trailer aspect of it.
Okay.
They didn't specifically talk about that, but they made mention that, yeah, the stuff that's in the trailer, it's a CGI trailer. And unfortunately, that's not everything you see there is going to be possible, unfortunately. Yeah. In fact, the cell phone, it sounds like, is a big ol' as well, unfortunately.
I had a long list of questions after I saw the trailer for the first time, and I may have blown up Giants a little bit. And they sent me a very nice replied message to answer all my questions, and we're basically like, "You're reading into this too much. Stop it." I'm like, come on, man.
That's
you put some
our
really
job.
Cool stuff in there.
Yeah. That is our job, is to read into this as much as possible and discuss absolutely every single thing, so that maybe we get one thing right.
That's all we want, man. One.
So unfortunately, I don't think there's anything with that, and same with the cell phone they said today as well, which I was personally disappointed in. I was really hoping the cell phone was going to be a thing.
What could you do with it? Text your daughter and be like, "Get up."
I don't care about what you could do with it. I just want the menu gone. I don't want the whole menu. I've said this every single time, but I want, instead of being when you're walking around,
GTA.
I want the GTA cell phone. So everything is like, oh, here's your cell phone, and that's what you're looking at. Meanwhile, the whole screen is still up there, and your stuff you're dealing with is right here, instead of taking you out of the game and going into a menu. That's all.
No, I like that's a nice idea. I think
I don't think that's that much to ask for.
Quick save. Come on, that's all I want. Like it's like old school Minecraft right now. When you try and save, it's like, hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, painful.
And we're good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
I really hope that they get rid of the sync in multiplayer as well. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, syncing simulator. Yes.
Or just don't say syncing. Just like play the video or something beforehand. I'm cool with that.
There's got to be a way. There's got to be a better way of doing it. Now you're in the UK, Farmsim guy, of course.
That's right.
What are your thoughts on the Mac? Does it matter to you? Is that something that's big?
No, it does. It does. Like my focus is probably more US play than British maps.
It is. I agree. It always surprises me when I watch your videos, because you are typically on North American style maps. You're on Midwest maps, but you're based out of the UK, so you're into this. Yeah,
I've definitely a US farm has always interested me, and again, like having my dad there, he lived and worked there for 4 years, working on big farms in the Midwest and in California, and he even picked avocados in Florida one summer when he was a student. So, he's done so from that perspective, I grew up on stories of farming in the Midwest and how different, and it interests me a lot. And actually, the guys who watch the channel seem to be more interested in that than British maps as well. So that's been the focus. So yeah, no, I'm very excited about Mack trucks coming.
Okay, perfect. Because I know I am as well. Do we have confirmation, DJ? What are the two models? Superliner and I think you could talk about this, right?
Two of them, yeah.
Farmsim and Superliner, I believe, are the two that I've heard on forums and various places.
Yeah, I don't know. I should probably just go back and rewatch my videos again.
I think it was Superliner and the Anthem. So I don't know. That personally is one of the bigger things I'm excited for. But that's just my personal opinion on that. I think having that base game, North American style trucks, will be fantastic. I had a question from Taz here for you, Farmsim guy.
Hey,
he wants to know what you think of Ola's map. Have you had a chance to look at it?
Ola Holdor's map, the Rennebu, the Norwegian map.
I think it's Norwegian, the valley, right? He's got the big valley he's working on.
If you haven't seen that, I mean, I'm not pushing my vids here, but he has done an incredible job. The detail in that is awesome. I mean, he's like, I think I say it in the vid, like he's a proper craftsman. When somebody's pouring their heart and soul into something, you can tell the difference between that, and it's phenomenal. He's
been posting some stuff on the Discord. I've been looking at the pictures. Yeah. I'm really curious to see on how this project goes ahead, because this is a long-term project, right? Yeah. Like he's been planning this for FS20. Well, he was originally planning FS19, I believe, before the announcement, correct? And then as soon as the announcement came, I was like, well, I'm gonna build all this, and hopefully I'll just be able to push it to 22. So this is gonna be like a year-long project by the time it's all said and done. So
for sure. And he says he's excited about the production element of it as well. So he's going to try and integrate that into it for FS22. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what he does with it.
I think we've showed off a few pictures on this. Maybe I should show off your video one of these days. I should go take a look at that again, because I don't think I've seen the actual live video from you on this one yet. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that now. DJ hasn't looked at any of this. I know he's just sleeping over there right now. It isn't even what we're talking about anymore.
I didn't know this had anything to do with me. I was just kind of chilling out until I heard DJ.
Come on, we'll think about. Let's talk about driving tractors fast.
There we go.
Hey!
How easy are you to be able to mod the Mac to make it go 150 miles an hour is the question.
It's gonna be too easy. Give me another one. No, Mac is awesome. I was thinking about this. We've had Tatra and the MAN trucks in game, and then you're like, there is no American truck in the game. It's
Warrior.
My first thought was, well, European players aren't going to like this. But wait a minute, they've had their own trucks in here for quite a while now. Finally, we get something.
This is something that was a surprise to me. I didn't think we're going to see it.
No. I was wondering when they opened up it was all messed up a little bit by the pandemic and everything, but opening up a Chicago office, and it's been a long running conversation, hasn't it, that there's more European stuff, and obviously Giants is European, so there's always been a kind of an European slant to it, but it does feel like, even looking at the trailer and what they've released so far, it feels like they're putting a little bit more focus on your side of the pond, which is great.
Yep, and I can confirm that Giants have talked to me a lot about this. They want the American community to feel like they matter. They want the American company to feel, or the community to feel the same that the European community feels. They don't want it to be split. They want everybody to be able to play the game the way they want it to, and have the equipment that they want to use. The biggest thing, because they have European models in game, well, they can just go down the street and 3D map a European model. But to do an American one, they have to come to the States or find a very rare one in the UK or Europe for some reason. So it's very difficult for them to get a hold of American models. That's why we don't see many of them. So. I
got some speculation you can do here, Farmsim guy. We've seen the map for Elm Creek. We've got a fairly good shots of this. Where do you think the European map's going to be based out of?
Well, that's a good question. That's a good question. I wonder if they'd be brave enough to do a UK map, or is that too, especially with the politics at the moment and Brexit and us leaving the European Union. It's going to be, I would expect to be middle of Europe. Again,
I know we've talked a little bit about this, but I'm looking at the production companies with olives and grapes, and I think
maybe German-French border, something like that.
Yeah, it could be as far as. Would they do Italy? Would they ever go that far? DJ's looking. He probably knows. He probably's like,
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know
say,
this. I can't talk
I'm
about this.
I can confirm that I don't know officially.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I mean, in my mind, it's got to be a Mediterranean map of some sorts, something close at least, right?
Yeah.
Just with all. If you got olives and grapes, you got to have sorghum can grow pretty much anywhere, is my understanding. Does anybody know? I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's I think it can within reason, can't it? So
I think sorghum's like everything, so that doesn't really lead anywhere. But I'm assuming olives, grapes. I mean, it's got to be something Mediterranean. I don't know. I personally don't think it'll be UK, is my personal opinion.
No, it definitely won't be UK.
France, Italy.
Well, I say definitely like I know, but no,
yeah, I'm
I
the same way.
I think it's a broader audience if you leave it in Europe.
Yeah, I still think that it's going to be like a French-Italian style map. I mean, you've got the grapes, you've got the olives. Come on.
Yeah.
Right? It just makes sense. Yeah, I think that the European map, it makes sense that because they're doing grapes and olives, that you would have like a vineyard estate, right? As your setup. It just makes sense. So
that NDA is killing DJ.
like that big right now.
Anyway, back to the guy blowing the stuff out the radiator in the trailer, DJ. I'm joking.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about that anymore?
There's some things I can make sure you don't get your hopes up on. That's one of them. No, but it's awesome. It is one of the things that that I wish Giants would do less. Would be create, featuring big things in the preview. So new brands, new features. So like the snow and showing plowing the snow and things like that. That's awesome. But they're also showing little things like, a guy with his daughter, multiplayer, single player, the was it the helper mod or whatever it is, the one that you can do single player, but you're like 4 people.
Contractor.
Yeah, contractor mod. You can, you can read into so much stuff, and I just kind of wish that that trailer wasn't so much CGI and maybe more like, hey, it may look different, but this is the stuff you're going to be able to do. But that's why we have to wait until the gameplay trailer.
When do you think that'll be? DJ, you think that's FarmCon?
I don't know, but it's got to be FarmCon, right?
Yeah,
I think at FarmCon they're going to drop. I think they're going to drop their first look for the American map. I think they're going to do the show off the ones at the Alpine map. I think they're going to show the factories and stuff working there. They haven't said they're going to be, but come on, Chocolatier, really? And then I think they're going to show off, or at least announce what the second map is going to be. That's what I think.
Yep.
And of course, a gameplay trailer. There's no point to have your own convention if you're not going to show off a gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
I got some more tinfoil hat stuff for you if you want to talk.
Yeah, let's go.
Tinfoil hat time.
Okay, I think I'm the only one here that's listened to the podcast that was released earlier today.
I didn't listen to it on purpose.
Just because you say that doesn't make it true.
Yeah.
They brought up more about well, if you saw the trailer, of course, there's the old guy and the daughter playing, and there's been some speculation on that, of course, as far as like a storyline almost to Farmsim. They didn't discount this in the podcast today. They talked about it, but it turned out to be the only thing they said about it was, well, you're not going to be able to play as a child. Well, that wasn't really what people are saying.
Yeah. What I was told about that, and I'm not going to say who it was because I don't want to get them in trouble, was that they really liked this game's 3D trailer because it had a storyline, and the other ones didn't have a storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That was all they said. But when we showed it off, they were like, "People are talking." People have never talked before. They're all just,
and it's just farming.
Yeah. So
what do you guys think?
I wonder if you can interact with the helpers. You can ask them questions. Maybe it's a pop-up that you can ask them specific things. Like going up to an NPC in a game and asking them stuff.
I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I don't know. We've talked a ton about this in various streams, but I like just even a minor little bit of a storyline built into a map. I like Nitro Dad does this with his maps almost, where you start off with a certain area and you have to decide. Like that's usually what it ends up being is okay. Well, for instance, you have this house. You have to sell this house to go buy a farm now, and that's kind of how it starts off. So it kind of just brings you into that map. But there's a lot more that could be done with, I think, as far as contract work, especially go. Like when you're first starting off, you end up doing all the contracts. Could people be approaching you somehow instead in game and maybe make a bit of a storyline with that? I don't know. I think it's possible with farms, so I don't see why it wouldn't be. But I'm definitely reading into this a lot right now. This is the chat, like, yeah, no.
Just be able to text them. Are you done planting that field yet? Yes. There was one thing I saw, and I don't know if I dreamed this.
Are you whispering right now? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. It was the faster you get certain jobs done, the more money you get. And I got to be honest with you, I got real excited when I heard that.
Oh, jeez. I wonder
more
why.
Money, work faster. It's like it was made for me, bruh.
How fast would you break that system?
It depends on how early they give me the game. I know that there is definitely certain NDAs. There were other YouTubers I spoke with that got Farmsim 19 early. And they were like, yeah, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't say this. I can't show this. Like, God, hurts. Hurts a lot. So hopefully we do something cool with it. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know. I think that's an interesting thing.
We'll see. Time will tell.
Yeah.
So Farmsim guys, most excited for the new tech involved. What about AI workers? What are your thoughts on that? I mean, you typically don't really use normal AI very much right now, do you?
I don't know. Everything's Courseplay or Auto Drive or the GPS mod. Wopster's GPS mod is like a go-to for me. So I'm interested. I think looking at the split rows on that final shot, the shot down, and it's got the two tractors in the field and they're skipping rows, which is exactly what Wopster's GPS thing can do. I wonder if they've really upped the AI capabilities. I wonder if there's even a GPS built into the game. I'll be interested to see what that is.
I would love to see a GPS. I think that's a great idea.
It was mentioned that workers are something, so you won't have to worry about them getting wrapped around trees anymore. I believe I read that somewhere.
I will
Which
believe
I'm almost
that when
disappointed at. I'm almost disappointed because that's kind of part of the fabric of FS, isn't it?
Idiot.
I spent half my live streams yelling at my workers for something. Yeah. I agree 100%. Yeah. Oh, Lancey boy's in the chat. Lancey, how's it going, my friend? Good to see you, bud.
You streaming on your map tomorrow? Oh, ready? The Clarkson method. Yeah, Goggle Pop's got it right. I still need to watch that. I haven't watched that yet. Have you guys watched that yet?
No, I've not watched it yet either.
I need to get into that series. I just have not had a chance yet.
I mean, there's YouTube. Who is it? AR12. He's a racing YouTuber. He's got like 1.5 million subscribers, and he played Farmsim. He remade Clarkson's farm on oh gosh, I don't remember what the name of the map was. It was a GB modding map. 6 Ashes. That was it.
Yeah.
He redid it there, and I was like, "This is cool. All right, this is pretty sweet." The whole time he chose like the Lamborghini tractor, like the smallest cultivator.
Yeah.
And he's like, "All I know is we have to cultivate this field." He got like 10 minutes in. He's like, "This is gonna take a long time." And he planted potatoes while a worker was hired, and the worker ripped up half of his potatoes that he put. It was hilarious. Oh, I gotta do something with that.
You should do some potatoes. That really should be what you do, because there's not really a great way to fast farm potatoes. So I'll pay to watch that.
The only way I'm gonna fast farm potatoes is if I F11 that field.
All right, Farmsim guy. Very basic question. Favorite maps?
It's got to be Flint Hills.
Oh, really?
Purely because that was the kind of map that took the channel off, and I played on that for a long time. So really enjoy that. I have to say, I'm enjoying 4x maps. You know, the luxury of 4x maps on PC. So I do like playing I like playing bigger maps.
You know, it's funny. You're not the first person who's ever said that as well. Like the map that helped them grow. The squad, Grant, Upper Mississippi River Valley. He always comes back to that map because like that was his map in FS17 that like exploded him. And I had the same conversation with him, and he's like, "Yeah, this is my favorite map." I'm like, I look at it, it's like it's an okay map, but when I look at some of the stuff that's out now, I'm like, not that good by comparison anymore. And then he's like, "Yeah, but this is still my favorite map because this is the one that I have feelings towards." So I understand that 100%.
I'm excited about Camille Mapping's new one, Peace River, that came out this week as well.
Yep.
Again,
That's
just
pretty
massive.
close to me.
Yeah, well, I kind of thought you might like that one. Yeah. So yeah, do you know what? I'm pretty Bull's Gap randomly is a map I really love as well. Again, just because I've done a survival series on it for so long that you just kind of get sucked into maps and really enjoy them. I like the Italy map as well, just because of the quality of it. You know, the fact that he modded every building on that himself, and it's all
So much
really
work.
in keeping with with the area and stuff is really nice. But
No
then
Polish maps. No Polish maps we can talk about.
Yeah, interestingly, no Polish maps, very few European maps, very few British maps, actually. I do love Greenwich Valley.
Okay, yep.
That was probably one of the first mod maps that I downloaded when I was exploring mods for the first time, and really enjoy that. So yeah, no, there's a few in there, but
okay,
definitely more on your side of the pond than mine.
That's interesting. Most Brits we talk to are always UK based stuff. You look at like Virtual Farmer, Silly P and stuff as well. Most of the stuff is always over that side, right? It's interesting to see someone come, and same with North American farmers. Typically, most of us end up staying on our side. It's funny how we gravitate to what we know, I guess. But I guess you're a bit of an oddity in that sense, which is it's all good.
Maybe maybe that's what's helping me a little bit. It's
maybe a little bit.
And again, I grew up watching him, and he's kind of similar play styles, and he likes a nice big US map as well.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's in here creeping on GoHam gear right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Edward's hanging out.
Gotta love it.
So what are you guys? Come on, what's your big number one for FS22? Give me the from each of you. What's the single thing that you are like, this is going to change the game for the better?
I haven't found anything yet.
Okay.
The thing is, there's nothing right now that we can't do without mods, right? That's shown.
Yeah.
And two, I've known so much about the game for a while, and it's just not a moment.
Not yet. Fingers crossed, we'll still see something.
Yet. There's a lot of stuff that we don't know, and that nobody's telling me because they know I'm going to tell everybody. So I'm really excited. I was excited about the graphics in Farmsim 19 from 17, and I'm excited to see how that changes as well. I love beautiful graphics in games. I could care less most of the time how the game plays, as long as it's semi fine. I've been playing a lot of Forza Horizon lately, and I would love to see some. It's not going to be like that because that's a multi-billion-dollar game, but something just close enough. Nice lighting. I don't need ray tracing, but man, that'd be cool. I just want a game that's going to run smoothly, that's going to look really good while I'm planting or harvesting or whatever I decide to do. That and new animals, if there's anything at all. They haven't mentioned it, and sheep are in the picture.
Kind of mentioned a little bit on that.
Did they?
Well, the cuter animals. I keep on going back to that. That's got to be babies.
You think of baby cows?
Baby cows. I think it's baby cows. I think we got to have baby cows. They keep talking about it, and they even talked about it in one of the podcasts. So if I'm gonna, I would bet decent money on it that we're gonna see some baby animals in this.
Money you want to throw down? Talking like
I don't know.
$5? Talking about
I don't know
a
if I want to
round?
bet against the guy that knows all this information on this stuff. It seems like a really bad idea on my side here.
You want to do?
I'll bet you some cigars, DJ. We'll bet some cigars. You're big on that.
There you go.
Right. Well, what am I going to bet for you? A round? Lights going everywhere. All right, get them up, guys. Get them up. Ray Trace sheep, get out of here, Richard Dower.
Oh man, you know what? I think one of the biggest requests I see in most of my chats now end up being ground deformation. Still, if that's still a possibility, I don't think we're going to see it.
I don't think it's going to happen.
But that I say the same thing. I didn't think we'd see a North American branded truck.
Yeah. Oh, an undo button in landscaping.
That seems like something so easy, but it's funny because when we talked to Chalky on this show back in February,
it's been a while,
whenever it was, and he said his it sounds simple, but it's not something that is you can't just make a quick undo, but like you actually have to program it in to copy and figure like the actual the tech that's involved in that is a lot more than you would think it would be.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be when you're making a new game, you got to be able to do it now, though.
Yeah, that would be awesome. The amount of times I've ruined a game save by sticking a mountain in the middle of it when I was supposed to smooth something off. Yeah.
Wrong button. Oops.
Wrong button. Yeah.
Oh, that'd be a good time. Oh, speaking of, I talked to what's his face?
Him.
Well, I talked to Lars. Klutch.
Okay.
Yep. After FarmCon.
Oh. Are you going to get to play something?
No. We're just gonna put him right there.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Farmsim guy, we will have to replace you.
That's okay. I understand.
But I don't want to do it yet. You stay for another week or two. I've loved all this stuff that I've been learning that I didn't know about today, so that's been cool. PC world is just so miraculous and different.
Well, you've been a console focused player for so long. That's the problem.
Yeah, on PC.
I know. Nothing wrong with it. I agree.
Nothing wrong with it. So you're looking forward to the tech. I'm looking forward to the beauty. Klutch is looking forward to what the community is excited about.
It's pretty much what it comes down to, right? I you know what? I lied though. Like the Mac itself, that was a big deal for me to see them do that. I still hope we get to see some more. Like I'm hoping for Kubota. I'm hoping for maybe Cat, something like that. Some more North American branded stuff.
You would think those would be so easy to get. I mean, maybe not Kubota so much, but you would think Cat would be super easy to get involved with the game.
You would think, right? You would think that'd be something that they've increased the number of brands, right? They're up to 400 equipment, 100 brands, I think it is. Yeah.
But I mean, it's different when you've got like half of those brands having one thing. And half of those things are stuff you're never going to use anyway. Like, oh, great, we got a new weeder branding game.
Yeah, but I mean, Kinsey plows and planters, I believe, are based now. It looks like.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So that's something nice to see. That being said, like it's nice to see, but those were always very quick to be modded into the game as well, and they were allowed to be modded in. So it's good to see them based at the same time. That's something that could have been easily modded too. But whatever, I'm not going to complain about that. That's for sure. Bobcat, Sean's saying Bobcat would be cool. I agree. Like any of these North American branded vehicles, for sure. I hope we see some more of that. The one thing on the trailer though that I was a little bit more excited as well as seeing that the fact that they got rid of the European badging and they have the North American badging on a lot of the vehicles. It looks like.
Yeah, I'm a stickler for that. I hate playing a European tractor on a US map. Just kind of. Just upsets the balance of the universe a little bit,
right? I agree, and it's the same way with the European maps. So when you play European maps, you want to be able to get like the John Deere's without having you want to have the actual proper badging on the side. So, anyways, I was excited to see that, and that's such a small thing that should be easily done. Yeah. That hopefully is an option on every single piece of equipment that you can say, yeah, this is Europe or this is US. Done.
What do we think to map sizes? Do you think console players are going to get bigger map sizes in the next game?
I wonder if they increase them, if maybe they'll increase to like a 3x or something.
How would you do that?
We'll just
like, would you like a rectangle map instead of a square?
Instead of taking like a 2 kilometer square, just go.
I suppose
you see the baseball stadium and stuff in the new US map, and you're like, where are they going to put all this stuff? Because there'll be no space for fields. So that made me think there's maybe space for.
And it seems like each map is going to have its own set of like factories and things you can do on it. They'd mentioned that there would be what I don't know. I really don't want to put words in their mouth, but it was basically worded in a way where you're like, so there's going to be different ones on each map.
It could happen.
Yeah.
So they're it's like, where are you going to put the fields?
Yeah, I know.
On a standard size map, you're going to run out of space pretty quick.
Yeah.
Or are all these buildings that we've had that did nothing, are those usable now? Or at least in the place of them?
Yeah.
So, but a baseball stadium to do nothing is a whole lot of space to take up to do nothing. So I wonder if we can get in there and plow it all up and plant some sorghum and yarrow.
plant a bunch of grapes on your baseball field.
Yeah.
Vines in the stands going up. Yeah.
What happened with the 4X map, speaking of which, and for consoles that was showed off earlier this week? Is it gone now?
Man, I don't know anything about that map.
I don't buy it.
Well, you remember console only maps are only on the console; they're not online.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man.
No, okay. You're not going to tell me anything about it. All right, fair enough.
No, I don't know anything about it.
I'm just giving you shots.
I don't. I think I had the same reaction that Silly P had. Huh?
How did this happen?
Taken down, was it? Well, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure I have it installed still.
Oh, really?
So if it's in there and it works, that means it can work the whole time. Nobody.
I think. How many was it? Did you happen to notice how many slots it was? Like, was it a slot issue that we're going to be running into with that?
I think it was probably the fact that because there's been mods that released on console before, and they were like, "Oh wait, this isn't supposed to be on console." And
yeah,
take it off, and you're like, "Too late, Buckaroo! I do mod reviews. I download all these." Oh, Gogglepop says you can't save your game. Well,
oh yeah, I read that actually. That was the issue.
Well, it's like the old school Mario where you had to play through in one setting, right? Once you load it up, you just keep playing.
What was that word you used?
Old school Mario.
Yeah, that last word. Just
Mario.
Wow, you say it really bad.
Mario.
Yeah.
Is it Mario?
Is that what you want to do? You want to marry me right now? Mario?
Why are you so awkward, bud?
trying to make things really awkward. Seems to be working. I'll keep it up.
If anyone could do it, it's you. Formal Pickle wants a baseball bat modded in so we can play a game of baseball. There we go.
I'm down. I'll play third base.
Do it.
Nice.
There's a joke in there I can't say though. You want a 3.5 times map? No problem. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know. We'll see.
Are these going to be square maps? Are they going to be weird shaped? Are the Giants ones going to be weird shaped?
Can we do different size maps? Like, are they just going to lock out old gen, and then the next gen or current gen consoles will be the same as PC? I think that's happening.
That's a good question.
It'd be nice because we know there's a different version for Xbox One and PlayStation 4 versus PlayStation 5, Series X and S. So
that's all we know right now, right? It's possible.
It would be nice.
That's a good call, isn't it? Instead of reducing everything down to the lowest common denominator, I like the fact that they've split it so that we know we'll get those performance upgrades on the new kit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's definitely a good call.
I'll be showing off all of that stuff when the game releases, so stay tuned. Got it pre-ordered on 5 different consoles. Let's go. I don't have it pre-ordered on PC and Mac yet.
What was the video you made today? You just put out a video like about cross-platform play.
Oh, yeah. Not happening.
Not at all.
Nope. I even shared it and said, "Will farming simulators support cross-platform play? I think the thumbnail speaks for itself."
Okay.
And it's just all the things with big red X's on it.
Yeah. You managed to do a whole video with that one sentence. I'm impressed.
Man, I have done more with less from 8-2 Studio. he sent me, was it yesterday, the day before? He sent me 1 sentence or 2 sentences. No, sorry, it was it was like a 5-second voice memo. And boy, I wrote like a 1.5-minute long script off of that. But to be fair, I overlap a lot of information from video to video.
Fair enough.
And I do spend quite a bit of time going in the description down below. And, check him out. It's
said cross-platform on Steam. It's been revised, I think, Rob. I think that's been changed up.
Yeah, it just says online co-op. Same as PlayStation. It said that. Xbox has said, was it Xbox cross-platform?
Yep.
So basically that means Xbox players can play with Xbox One players and vice versa. So, yep.
So Farmsim guy, what do you got planned for the rest of FS19? Is there anything coming that you know of that you're excited about? Is there anything that you got planned this summer that's coming up? Anything kind of cool?
I kind of go, I don't know what you guys like. I don't have any kind of long-term plan. I just go week to week, really thinking about, I've got a few series running and things like that. I'm impressed with how many mods are still coming out. I'm impressed that the guys have not just shut up shop and are waiting to see what comes for FS22.
Well,
and I'm kind of hoping as well that there's I know there was a big change from 17 to 19 in terms of how they built mods, but I'm kind of hoping that we don't have that lull this time between 17 and 19. You know, that's 6 months of people getting their head around how to do things differently, and we might be able to see a smoother transition. I know Giants have talked about hopefully, you know, opening up what the modders need to do before the game comes out, potentially, to help them get started. So I'm just going to look forward to new cool mods coming out over the next few months, and just keep riding the hype train.
Is that DJ's hype train? Because that's usually what most of the mods are on. Let's be honest here.
If you're doing a mod and you want people to know about it, hit me up. Make sure people know about it. Yeah. I'm just going day to day, really. Whatever happens, react to it, share it, make sure people know what's going on. So, speaking of what's going on, I'm going to have to start going on here in a minute.
Fair enough. We can wrap things up quickly then.
Yeah. Well, guys, that's it for today. Play the outro music. We'll see you later. Peace.
He's got it done. What do you got planned this weekend, Farmsim Guy? Do you have any streams or anything, videos coming out this weekend?
I have Bull's Gap coming out tomorrow, and not tomorrow, Sunday. I've lost track of my days already. And I'll probably do a live stream tomorrow night, maybe.
Over the weekend, sure.
Yeah.
And of course, guys, check the description down below. We've got links to his channel down there as well. So go, if you're not following the Farmsim Guy already, the guy is blowing up a lot. So make sure you guys go follow him. Join in on the journey here, because over the last year, it's been such a quick little journey for you to grow to the space you are, which we spoke about already. But make sure you guys go subscribe to him. Go check him out. Go follow him on one of his live streams. Go hang out. It's good times.
Yep. And it's linked below. You got no excuse. Go check him out.
Go check it out.
You got 19 yet? Come on.
19?
19! Yes!
Oh, dude,
we hit 19 on stream, did we?
Yeah.
Superb. Excellent. Thank you very much, guys. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Remember,
that's awesome.
Nice work, chat.
Well, you the man. Just remember that. Don't forget it.
And thank you guys for having me on. It's been awesome. Loved it.
It's good to have you here, man.
I'm
DJ, what do you got planned this weekend? Fire it away.
What
do you got planned this weekend?
I don't have enough time for that, man.
All right. That's the end of the show, apparently.
No, I'm going to see Fast 9 tonight. Have dinner plans with myself because it's sad. And I'm going to stream main channel and second channel tomorrow. We're going to put the studio together finally, because if I don't stream it, I won't do it. So we're going to do it. And then Sunday, I'm going to probably relax.
Nice.
Sweet,
man. We're going to see if we can put a stream together tonight. We'll see if we can do it on my side. I'm not sure if I can pull it together or not. We'll see. But make sure you follow the channel if you guys want to hang out during a stream tonight. It should be good times. We might show off a new map. Brand new map. We may show off a brand new 4X map. We'll see. We'll see if we can pull it together tonight.
You showing it off because we didn't have enough time on the show today?
Maybe.
We forgot.
Maybe.
We forgot.
Well, then it's an exclusive. Check him out.
We'll check it out. We'll have an exclusive possibly tonight. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if we can get things fired up.
There you go.
Other than that, I don't know. Any final words, Farmsim Guy?
No, just thanks to everyone for all the support. Thanks for you guys for doing what you do. And let's look forward to 22. It's going to be awesome.
Sounds good. I can't wait. DJ?
Thanks for watching. Do the stuff. Peace.
Stuff's coming at you. Cheers, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week. Actually, no, we won't. We'll see you in 2 weeks for me, at least. See you, folks.
Bye.
You guys really need to get somebody better to host this.